guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another new video. So today I want to share with you the new Louis Vuitton prices on their most popular items. I know some of you guys might be wondering if some of these items have gone up in price, and you're just wondering if what the price difference is from 2021 to 2022 prices. So before we get into this video, guys, please, if you're new and if you haven't subscribed, please make sure that you do so right now. Click the button, subscribe, and make sure that you hit the bell as well to be alerted every time I post a new video. So guys, like I said, I'm just sharing prices on the more popular items, and I will insert pictures as I go along. So I'm going to start off with the Louis Vuitton Never Full. Obviously, this is one of the best sellers at Louis Vuitton. It goes up in price every year, guys, and I think it's one of those items that goes up in price, it goes up by probably 25%. I think most of the items actually, I think they kept it at 25%. They never really increased their prices above 25%. So some of the items, they go up by 6%, 10%, 15%, and I think they just kept it at 25%. So this Never Full in the MM is currently retailing for 33,000. So if you guys can remember last year, it actually moved from 24,000, and when they had their October price increase, it moved up to around 28,300. So now it has moved up from 28,300 to 33,000, and this is the Never Full MM, and the GM size, which is basically the large size, it goes for 34,000. So basically there's a 1,000 price difference between the Never Full MM and the GM. So if you think of it this way, medium versus large, the GM size is quite bulky, it's very big, it looks like a proper shopper bag. So that's the first item. Like I said, guys, this is the best seller. So of course it's going to go up in price drastically. And next up we have my favorite, Alma Bb. Guys, I still can't get over the fact that I got this bag a couple of years back for 17,300. So now it retails for 28,500. Now, if you check last year's price increase in October, it went up, I believe, from 22 to 26. And now it moved from 26 to 28,500, which is not so drastic as as the Never Full. So this is just obviously in the monogram version, in the damier bean version. But if you're looking to go for the emprunt leather, you're looking basically at 32,000. So the epi leather and the emprunt leather, they go for 32,000. And there's also the Alma Bb Noir. So this is the one that has the trim at the bottom. It's bulkier than the normal Alma Bb. It's the Neo Alma Bb, and it only comes in the emprunt leather. The emprunt leather is that soft leather that Louis Vuitton does. So this bag retails for 40,500. I remember in October this bag was sitting around 33, 34, benchmark, but now it has gone up all the way to 40,500, which is crazy. It is just crazy, guys. Next up we have the Neo. Why am I saying Neo? I think it's actually Neo. Correct me, guys. I think it's the Neo in the MM size. This bag currently retails for 33,000. Guys, beginning of last year it was sitting around 28,000, and I remember the price so well, because I remember at one stage I was like, you know what, I think I should get this bag. I was sort of on the fence about it, but I opted not to get it. And I remember it was 28,000, and now the new price is 33,000. So from 28 to 33. If you want it in the emprunt leather, so if you were to get it in a leather version, the same size leather version, this bag in the leather version is 41,500. I'm not sure how much it was before this new price increase, but yeah. Next up we have the beautiful graceful MM. I remember someone on Instagram actually said they want this bag, and it used to retail, guys, this bag was I think last year or the year before last, I think this bag was 22,000. Now it is sitting at 28,500, and this is the PM size. So the PM size is the small version, and then the MM size, which is basically the medium version, the MM retails for 30,500. So this bag is actually similar to the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. The only difference is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull comes like, you know, with like, you know, 2 straps, or 2 handles rather, and this one is just like, you know, 1 handle. And the other difference is that this one doesn't open as wide as the Neverfull, so it's quite like, you know, it's a bit, I don't know if like, it's a bit bulky, but the opening is not as wide as the Neverfull. So if you are interested, like, you know, in a bigger version, in a bigger size bag, but you don't necessarily want the Neverfull because you feel like, you know, it's just all over the place, or you feel like, you know, the price increase is a bit drastic, you can actually go for this bag. There's an option for this bag. Like I said, PM size 28,500. The MM size, which is the medium size, is 30,500. So there's basically a 3,000 price difference between the Graceful, between this bag and the Neverfull. Next up, we have the Louis Vuitton Cannes bag. So this is like, you know, this was very popular like a couple of years back. Like, you know, it's a beautiful bucket bag. I remember Fendi came out like with variety of, you know, bucket bags in, you know, variety of shades, and Louis Vuitton also released this bag. But apparently this bag came out many years back in the emprunt leather, or the what is it called? What leather is this? The epi leather. Yes, apparently they released it in the epi leather. So that's the vintage, you know, that's the vintage Cannes version of it. And Louis Vuitton decided to release that vintage, that same vintage bag in the reverse monogram. This bag, guys, last year or just the year before last, I loved it so much. I wanted it so much. It was 40,000. So we're talking basically towards the end of 2020 or beginning of 2021. The bag was retailing for 40,000. Now it has gone up all the way to 47,000. Oh, guys, I think at one stage when I wanted this bag so much, like, I was on the fence about it as well. I was like, should I get it? Should I not get it? But I thought it would be too restricting for me because it's a bucket bag. It's not an everyday bag. Like, it's one of those bags that, you know, you would buy probably like, you know, when you have multiple other designer bags. You know, I think it's one of the reasons why I really didn't get it. But I feel if I were to find this bag on the pre-love market, if it's like, you know, just under 40K on the pre-love market, I will certainly buy it because I still love it. I think it's so beautiful. You know, in the summertime, you know, it'll go so well with dresses, with shorts. Like, I love it mostly for spring and summer. I don't think it's a sort of bag that you'd want to wear, you know, in autumn or in winter. And that is what I'm saying, like, you know, if you have like, you know, a proper collection, this can be a bag that you would want to add to, you know, your collection, your existing collection. But it can't be like, you know, the starter type of a bag. Next bag, guys, we have the Loop bag. This is called the Loop bag. So this bag was actually released last year. I remember going into the Louis Vuitton sometime around before October actually, when I went to go buy my on the go bag, and my SA said to me, why don't you go for this bag instead? But I was like, you know what, I already have too many small bags, so this time around I want something bigger, so let me just go for the bag that I've wanted for so long, that I've always wanted, which is the on the go. I tried on this bag, guys, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this bag is so stunning, it's so beautiful. You know, it has that adjustable strap. Like, you can actually just, you know, remove the other strap and leave the chain on, or you can remove the chain and just wear the strap. The strap is actually adjustable, so you can make it short, you can also make it longer, you know, if you're tall like me, or if you want to wear the bag, you know, crossbody. Guys, in October, November, this bag was exactly 33,000. It hasn't been 6 months yet, but the bag has actually moved from 33,000 to 38,500. Are they crazy? Guys, I can't believe this. When I saw this price, I was like, no, It can't be. Like, this bag is literally new. Like, it's new. Louis Vuitton has now released it, like, you know, in the denim version as well. I've seen it somewhere where, like, it's plain white. It just has, like, you know, it's just simple plain white, but you can still see, like, you know, the LV engraved on it. It is a beautiful bag, but the price jump from October, when it was still sort of, like, you know, fresh, you know, from 33,000 up to 38,500, and when it hasn't even been 6 months yet, I just feel that it's crazy. It's just crazy, guys. But yeah, I also like this bag. I think it's super, super beautiful. Next up, we have the Louis Vuitton Multi Pochette Accessory. The bag currently retails for 41,500. This is in the monogram version. This bag at one stage, I also thought, you know what, this bag is super beautiful. I loved it. It was 31,000, right? And then it moved from 31,000 to 33,000, I believe, last year. So from 33,000 to now 41,500. And I think the reason why there's been such a huge, like, you know, price jump is because of the demand. There was a time where people wanted to buy this bag and it was unavailable. It was sold out everywhere. Like, I remember, like, you know, when I would watch the other luxury YouTubers on YouTube, they would talk about, you know, how this bag is so in demand, how it's just, you know, sold out everywhere. And I think because of that demand, that is why there's been such a huge price jump from when it was released, you know, to, you know, up until now. Because it moved from, I think, 28, somewhere there. I think it moved initially when they released it. I think it was sitting around like 27, 28, all the way now to 41,500. And this is only on the monogram canvas. So if you're looking to get the same bag in the Emprunt leather, I find that the Emprunt leather is super, super beautiful. Currently retails for 46,000. So the Emprunt leather, beginning of last year, it was sitting at, like, you know, 40,000, 42,000, and now it has gone up all the way to 46,000. Crazy, right? Next up, another popular item. Most people actually like this item. Actually, I've actually made a recommendation at one stage to say that, you know, if you're looking to get a Louis Vuitton item, perhaps you should consider this item because it was quite reasonable. At one stage, it was sitting at around 16,000, but now the Felicity Pochette in the monogram, it's sitting at 24,100. There's a jump as well. And if you want it in the Emprunt leather or in the Appy leather, it's now sitting at 26,300. But I feel there hasn't really been, like, you know, a huge price increase from, you know, last year to now. So I think it's slightly, I don't think that the Felicity Pochette has had, like, you know, a 25% price increase. It has probably had, like, you know, just under 15% price increase, because the jump, like, you know, in terms of price, it's not so high. Next up, we have Petite Sac Plat. I actually, you know, tried on this bag late last year when I was in store. I don't think there's been a price, like, you know, jump in this bag, because I remember when I went in, it was towards the end of last year. You know, my essay said the monogram was still 24,200, and then the Emprunt leather was around 27,500. But if you wanted, like, you know, the two-toned Emprunt leather, where it's, like, you know, black and a combination of white, or, you know, just two-toned Emprunt, I think that one was, like, you know, 28, 29. So in terms of this bag, honestly, I don't think there's been an increase. Louis Vuitton, I think they're very selective on the sort of items, you know, that they want to put a price increase on. I think it's usually dependent on the demand of the item. But in this case, this bag actually hasn't really gone up in price. Well, I'm thinking it hasn't gone up in price. I could be wrong. Next up, we have the Louis Vuitton Capucine. Guys, like, if there's ever a bag that I wish to get from Louis Vuitton, it's the Capucine. I've always loved it. I've loved it for years. But the price of this bag, guys, like, this bag in the mini version, it retails for 98,500. The mini version is basically, like, you know, the extra small, like, you know, the smallest size that they have. It's 98,500, and the BB version, which is more like, you know, the small version, it retails for 110,000. 110,000, really? Crazy. And then the version, which is like, you know, the medium size, it retails for 121,000. Like, I just felt like, you know, slightly dizzy now, like as I was reading out the price. 121,000 in the size. My chances of getting this back, they are going like this. It's crazy. And we also have, like, you know, the wallets. I think the wallets really, they haven't really gone up in price that much. The Victorian Wallet, I got this last year. I think I got it for just under 9K, and now it's 9K. I don't think there's been a price increase here, guys, honestly. The card holder, it's now for 4,150. There was a time, I believe sometime last year, the card holder was sitting at 3,500, but now it has gone up in price. I think the card holder is another item actually that's, you know, super in demand. A whole lot of people go in just, you know, asking for the card holder, and most of the time they are sold out. Next up, we have the key pouch. It has moved. There was a time where I wanted the key pouch, guys. It was sitting at 3,500, and now it retails for 5,050. There was a time where I wanted it so much. I just love the fact that, you know, it's very tiny, and you're basically getting a 2-in-1 here, right? You're getting, like, you know, a mini wallet. Like, you know, you can actually just put in your cards, you know, cards that you use, like, you know, every day, especially if you're just, you know, running a quick errand. You throw in your license in there, you throw in, like, you know, your check card, and you clip on your keys as well. So instead of having, like, you know, multiple things where you're carrying like keys here and then you're carrying a wallet on the other side, you actually just have it, like, you know, a 2-in-1. But now the price has gone up. Another item that's super in demand, moved from 3,500 to 5,050, like I said. Crazy. And we also have the Toiletry Pouch 26. I initially thought that this item was actually discontinued. I'm not sure what's happening. Is it discontinued? Is it not? Nobody really knows. Like, it's still on the Louis Vuitton website, so I guess it hasn't really been discontinued. So this pouch currently retails for 9,850. I think there hasn't really been, like, you know, a drastic price increase as well. I think there's just been, like, you know, a 2,000 or a 1.5 price increase. So not bad at all. And now we're moving on to accessories. Those Louis Vuitton, like, you know, hoop earrings. There's also hasn't been, like, you know, a drastic price increase because they're still sitting at 10,600, which is not bad. I think last year they were like 9.8, if I'm not mistaken. I think they were 9.8. I stand to be corrected, but I don't think there's been, like, you know, a significant price increase. And an alternative, guys, to these earrings, if you don't like, you know, the size or the bulkiness of these earrings, there's the Essential V-Stat earrings. They are so cute. I love them so much. Actually, I think I want these earrings, guys. They currently retail for 5,500. So, like, you know, almost 50% of, like, you know, those hoop earrings. So these ones retail for 5,500. They just have that cute V. And another option as well, we have the Essential V hoops. They retail for 7,000. So if you don't want, like, you know, that bulky big size, perhaps, you know, one of these two can actually be, like, you know, an alternative for you. You can either go for the ones for 5,500, which are very tiny and very cute, or you can go for the Essential V hoops for 7,000. And now we're moving on to fragrances. The normal fragrances that you guys have always seen in store, they have not gone up at all in price. They are still selling for like 4.4. I don't see any price difference there. But now there's the new fragrances, guys. Oh, the new collection of fragrances, guys. Oh, they smell divine. I have about 5 samples of those, guys. The way I'm like mising them. I wear them almost every day. They are so long lasting. They smell so nice. So this is a collection by Frank Gehry. Okay, let me not butcher that last name. Let's just say Frank. Yeah. So this is like a collection by Frank collection. These ones, guys, they retail for 8,000. I'm not sure if they're selling, like, you know, the actual fragrance or if it's just the design, because if you can tell, if you can see, like, you know, the lid has, like, you know, that flower thing, like, you know, blossoming. So I think because of the design, they're basically selling the design here, honestly, guys. because I feel 8,000 for a fragrance, like it's just a little too much. But I might buy one of these, but but guys, no. I think for now I'll just continue asking for samples every time I go in store, because 8,000 on a fragrance is just ridiculous. So like I said, the normal fragrances, they still go for 4,400. So there hasn't really been any, you know, price increase there. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Let me know what your next bag is. Do comment below and tell me what your thoughts are about these crazy drastic, like, you know, price increases. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and please don't forget to subscribe below. I'll see you in the next one. Stay blessed. Mwah!